Hi mommies and daddies, welcome back to Momcom India. So if you are a new parent, one of the things that you must have bought or plan to buy for your baby must be a talcum powder. We all have grown up seeing talcum powders being used at our home with our grandparents, parents and ourselves too. But is it really safe to use talcum powders, especially for babies? That's the answer that you'll get in this video, so let's get started.
To watch all the videos on this channel, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get regular updates from Momcom India. Let's become a big fat family soon.
I have personally grown up watching my grandparents, my parents and in fact using talcum powders myself. So one of the things that I was very sure that I'm going to buy for my baby was a talcum powder. I bought 3 bottles of Johnson baby powder. However, to my surprise, one of the things that my pediatrician told me not to use and she was of a very strong opinion and that I should just not, even not minimum quantity, but should not use is talcum powder on my baby. And I was very curious to find out why, because that is not something that I had known for all the years that even I was growing up. So why suddenly things were so different? Why that nice smelling powder which provides such relief, such cooling to the bodies, has such nice smell? Why is it suddenly a no from the pediatrician for my baby is something that I wanted to know. So here are a couple of things that were explained to me and I found them to be very logical and did my research too and have a strong opinion about it. So number one is, have you ever noticed that whenever you apply powder not only to the baby, to yourself also, the powder does not really stick to the body. The particles very quickly move into the air and get merged with the air as well. Now what happens with babies is that because they are born with very weak respiratory system, lungs, all of their organs are at a very sensitive stage and they start to develop over a period of time. It's very easy for them to breathe these particles that are in the air and can start to get respiratory problems. Especially babies who are premature, who have any kind of heart diseases or who are born with any kind of respiratory illnesses, they are very highly prone to major risks because of breathing those particles from the air. But otherwise also it is very harmful for the babies to breathe those particles. Those particles actually get into the respiratory tract and over a period of time start blocking the air passages. Excessive use of talcum powders or continuous use of talcum powders has been known to even go on to the extent to cause lung cancer. Hence, it is advised to not use talcum powders if that's possible with you. If not, even if you have to go on to the extent to, yes, you want to use a talcum powder, then also it has to be used in very minimum quantity and very rarely. And there is a technique in which you need to use that powder, which I will tell you towards the end of the video. So that's number one. Talcum powders are known to cause respiratory issues in baby because they get merged into the air very easily. The second thing is, and this applies especially for a girl child, for women, for ladies, everybody. So what has been seen as per research is that excessive use of talcum powders in the genital area has been known to cause ovarian cancer over a period of time in girls, in women. It increases the chances of ovarian cancer by 40%. And normally what has been seen is that normally with babies what we try to do is that whenever we try to change their diaper, we want to put the talcum powder there to avoid any kind of heat rashes, but that's something that we really don't need to use. If you take a step back and think as to why am I going to use a talcum powder on my baby, you will think that I will use it on the diaper area, but I would suggest that instead of using a talcum powder, why not go with coconut oil? Why not go with diaper rash creams which have zinc oxide in it, because they are known to protect the diaper area better from any rashes than a talcum powder. So that's number one. Two is that I would be able to avoid sweat in my baby. Why do you need to do that? Babies' sweat glands are developing. You need to allow them to develop. Why do you want to block them with powders, close their pores and just cut out on the natural development process? You really don't need to do that. Third reason that I'll use a powder is because it smells very nice. Why do you want to do that when there are nice moisture? As it is, for a baby before 6 months, you should not be using anything that's scented. But even after 6 months, if you want your baby to be smelling nice, why don't you use a nice moisturizing lotion, or you use nice detergent so that even their clothes are smelling nice instead of talcum powders. So really, before using a talcum powder, think to yourself or write down as to what are the reasons that I'm wanting to use it. Most likely you will have solutions in different things that can actually replace a talcum powder because of what a talcum powder, the damage a talcum powder is known to do. Now, like I said, towards the end of the video, I'll tell you the technique on how you should be using talcum powder just in case you have to. So the way of using it is that just move away from the baby as far as you can be. Put the talcum powder on a cloth, very slightly dab it on a cloth so that it does not, when you do it very fast, it gets into the air very quickly. Slightly dab it on the cloth, fold the cloth, take it to the baby, and very lightly, whatever area you are applying it, say the armpit or any other area, very lightly just dab it. Never put the powder so close to the baby that the baby is able to breathe it. That's the technique you should be using if at all you need to apply talcum powder. But again, I'd say ask yourself, do I really need to do that? Because there is more damage that you can avoid rather than helping your baby. Hope you found this video to be helpful. It was a very short but a very informative one, which I thought is important to bring to you. If you did, please do like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe to Momcom India. I think you should definitely share this video not only with new mothers but with everybody, especially all women, because they need to know that talcum powder not only for babies is not good for them also. In fact, it's not good for anybody. So just try to replace it. Thank you so much for watching Momcom India. We'll see you soon.